I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, I don't know why I tried to do this, and by way of explanation tells her life story. We are in book 2. Previously in Do the Wrong Thing, Ava moved to a new house and made a few friends. Previously in Do the Wrong Thing, oh, I guess that was last week's previously. Previously in Do the Wrong Thing, Ava meets a guy she's attracted to, but kiboshes that by having drunken sex with her roommate, and gets a job in the library where her boss shares a book of poetry he's written with her. Tennyson, Dylan Thomas, Bukowski, these are the poets I like. I mostly absorb rhythm when I read. Poetry makes no sense anyway. My eyes listen. Fuck, I make no sense. I hear, not when I'm reading poetry, but in general, bits of melodies I can never place and nonsense lyrics in my head. With poets like Tennyson, Thomas, and Bukowski, I turn the rhythm and sound of their words into songs, or they're my friends, that's all. Telling me, yeah, my life has been shitty too. Jesus, they're my friends. I'm an idiot. Poets can talk about crappy feelings like depression and anger and their own failings, for example, without making the reader want to close the book and walk away. Good poets, anyway. When I'm reading, which is almost always when I'm not working, conversations, radios, playing, basically other people communicating to other people upset me because they interrupt my conversations, the ones I'm having with the poets or whatever. I'm imperious, imposing, and exacting. I know that, but I keep it to myself and stew. Currently, I'm hanging around with Samuel Beckett. He's not a poet, but he doesn't make sense like a poet. There's lots of death in his work, long silences. That's it. He writes about awkward silences, all the things people never say, indecision and meaninglessness. He talks without talking and tells me that kissing my dad may be weird, but it doesn't matter because everyone is weird and nobody talks about it, the weird things they do. He sucks in that sense, but he's fresh and different too. And I'm not completely alone. I can get you a job where I work, John says. We're eating pierogies at the table in our kitchen, sitting on the folding wooden chairs. John shows films and slideshows for classes. Assignments are posted at the beginning of each week, and you sign up for the ones you want to do. I can show you how to operate the projectors. It's easy. Can I get enough hours? You sign up for as many assignments as you want. You can easily get 15 hours a week or more. What's the pay? $8 an hour. I stop mid-chew, almost twice what the library pays. The students in English for Engineers holler and laugh. If you showed Catch-22 to an actual English class, everyone would sit silent and morose, busily examining the film, trying to see its real meaning, the one hidden from the hoi polloi. I smile as I wind the second spool onto the projector. People enjoying art. I've forgotten that was an element of it. Everyone is drunk, slurring, stumbling, running up and down the stairs, inside and out, tracking snow in and screaming. I don't like. There's a hard edge to this abandon. These are Gerald's friends, trendy clothes and haircuts. A girl named Rachel drove us here. She's outside laughing viciously right now. Rachel doesn't go to Birmingham. Only Gerald, John, Carolyn, and I do. Is this why they're angry? I don't mean that they're angry because they don't go to university. I mean, why are these people not like the ones I meet at school? We're far from campus, far from downtown. I move my boots away from the door. The puddle of melted snow has grown to fill the narrow hallway, and shoes and boots lie in it, tipped over and getting wet inside. I want to go home. Do buses even come here? From the living room, I hear a crash, a girl scream, and a man swear. I look in. A foaming beer bottle rolls across the carpet among pretzels, chips, cheesies, and the bowls they were in. The man laughs now, rolling himself in the tablecloth from the upturned table. Past him and the girl, outside, snow sifts down in a street lamp's light. 5-foot banks line a wide street. Where am I? How do I escape? These are not my friends. A boyish waxy chest on a narrow bed. The projection is half the size of a normal one, black and white, extremely clear and detailed. Gloved hands appear. They slice into the chest, pull back meaty flaps, and start poking and moving organs around. I'm horrified. What is this macabre movie? I tap on the control room door. I run over, and a dark-haired, thin guy whispers, I think there's supposed to be sound. I run back to the projector, find the knob glowing in the dim orange light the machine emits, and turn it until a voice fills the auditorium. The thymus sits in front of the heart. We call it thymus because the guy stands in the open door, smiling widely and giving me a thumbs up. Christmas. I'm in my parents' living room reading Murphy. My little brother, Stephen, comes running towards me. Something's wrong with John, he says. What? I brought John home with me. I don't know why. He's lying with his head off. Stephen's eyes grow large. I put my book down and follow him up the stairs. Are you okay? I ask, approaching the open door to Michael's room. John's lying lengthwise on the single bed, his head hanging off the end of the bed and staring into space. John? I'm fine, he says. He doesn't smile, move, or look at me. John, you're scaring Stephen. John moves his eyes to mine, then turns over and grabs his book. Better? I glance at Stephen, who's hiding behind me. I motion for him to follow me. He'll be okay, I say. We go down the stairs together. I'll never bring John here again, I swear. John and I sit in his Datsun, our breath coming out in fog because the heater doesn't work. We're parked on a side street in a part of Concord I've never been to before. Dingy, far from downtown and full of gray, square apartment buildings, 8 or 10 stories tall, with shorter ones in the front. John doesn't want to visit his mother anymore. We pass a flask of whiskey back and forth as he changes his mind. Yes, no, yes. When the bottle's done, we drive back to Birmingham. John and I naked under a blanket on his bed, the air heavy with sex, sweat, and Canadian Club. I take a swig from the whiskey bottle and sing, "A million vacations is what you've got in mind. Beep, beep." You're not listening, says John. Of course I am, I say. Don't you know Max Webster is a tribute band to Max Weber? Fuck off, says John, who's trying to tell me about the development of bureaucracy or something. What? You never fucking listen. No, you never listen. I tip the bottle back to take another swig, but John grabs it from my hand and rips the covers off us. Jesus, I say, wiping whiskey off my chest and the bed sheets, but John is up and out of his room, Canadian Club in hand. You're a fucking idiot, I scream, following him. You never want to have fun. You never laugh. What's your fucking problem? You're the idiot, John screams back, then marches down the stairs and the hallway, still naked. He opens the front door and runs outside. I follow. He launches the bottle into the street. I watch it arc, spraying a rainbow of amber liquid, the drops moving from the mouth outwards. It's pretty. Crash. The bottle smashes against the street, sending shards of glass, ice, and whiskey in all directions. John starts to cry. You whore, my landlady screams across the phone from Florida. How dare you use my home for fornication? I trusted you. I want you out by the time I get back. I want you both out. Wait. What are you talking about? I say, don't you dare try that with me. Amanda has been watching while I'm away. She told me everything. Amanda lives next door.